Hello and welcome back to ManVFilm. It's time for the Vinegar Syndrome halfway to Black Friday sale. We've got some new announcements. We've got some decent sale prices. Let's have a little look at the website, see what's new, what's been announced, if I have any thoughts on it, and what deals I can see that are worth picking up. So let's just dive in. So here we have this announcements. We've had some that's already been previously announced. We have got the Showgirls, which is the VSU, I think it's number 6, which has like 3 discs, 4K UHD, Blu-rays, buttload of extras. I've never seen Showgirls, so I pre-ordered this when it came up a month or two ago. I don't know if I'm going to like it, but hey, we'll see when it comes out. A new announcement is the 4K of Undefeatable. Now, this is a Godfrey Ho and Cynthia Rothrock film. I've never heard of it, but with those two names, yeah, I'm getting it anyway. But I am interested in this one. I don't know too much about it, but again, we're going down the route of a 3-disc set. So we've got one 4K and 2 Blu-rays, newly restored in 4K from its original camera negative. Bunch of extras. Kirsty Jones is a street tough member of a martial arts gang known as the Red Dragons. In an attempt to go straight and leave the gang life behind, Kirsty participates in a mafia-run back alley street fights in an attempt to win enough money to put her sister through college. Meanwhile, a sadistic fighter known as Stingray becomes increasingly violent while taking part in unsanctioned fights to the death. Not going to lie, that sounds pretty great. I love these martial arts movies where it's just a pretext to get people to fight, so they just do fighting tournaments. They're always great. I'm sure there'll be some cheesy side stories in there, but that sounds kind of interesting. Next up, we have one that, and all the trailers for these are available on the Vinegar Syndrome YouTube page and on these pages as well at the bottom. Night Screams, 1987. Slasher movie. Never heard of it before. High school football star David had just won a 4-year scholarship to the University of Oklahoma, and with his parents away for the night, is planning to mark the occasion with a party for his buddies and girlfriend. But as the evening's festivities get underway at a local nightclub, 2 violent fugitives take refuge in the basement of David's home. And when the action moves over to David's place, it quickly becomes clear that someone is intent on spoiling the celebrations, as one by one, the revelers get picked off and butchered in various gruesome ways. This looks like a really weird movie. Watching the trailer for it, it seems to be like a kind of party slasher movie, but then there's these violent criminal aspects. It looks as if there's lots of crazy deaths. I'm really kind of excited about this. There's just something about it that speaks to me that makes it probably going to be the first thing that I throw on when the package arrives through the door. Next up, we have the 4K release of A Blade in the Dark, Lamberto Bava's film. Now, this was announced previously as well. I like A Blade in the Dark a lot. I know a lot of people are a little bit lukewarm on it, but I'm a fan of this one. This is a 4K, a 4-disc set with 2 4Ks, 2 Blu-rays. Now, it's newly scanned and restored in 4K from its 35mm camera negative. We have 2 versions on this as well, if it says anywhere. So we have a newly restored 4K in both this extended TV version as well as its long unavailable international theatrical cut. So I'm interested in the international theatrical cut just to see what that offers to the film. Got a host of extras as well. Having them both on 2 separate 4Ks is just perfect. That's ideally what you want. It's a great giallo. I particularly love the death in behind the sort of wire, the chicken wire fence, which is bonkers, but I love it. So Bruno, an up-and-coming film composer, has been hired to write the score of a new horror movie. The film's director, Sandra, suggests that he moves into a spooky and secluded villa, so as to get extra creative inspiration. However, life begins to imitate art as a vicious killer starts bumping off anyone and everyone who happens to pay Bruno a visit. Each death leaves more clues while opening up more possibilities as to potential suspects. Bruno begins to believe that the film he's been hired to work on may itself be the key to unlocking the mystery. Big fan of A Blade in the Dark. It's got a crazy packaging, this one, but I don't think if there's actual images from it. But yeah, 4K version of that. I'm happy with this. I know a lot of people were kind of underwhelmed because it's a film that's been out before, but you're getting the sort of most definitive edition of it, so I'm quite happy. We have Uli Lomel's The Bogeyman, which I've not seen in a number of years actually. Looking forward to revisit it. I don't know if it's a movie that really screams 4K, but I'm not going to argue. It's part of the package, so I'll get it. When she was young, Lacey witnessed a mirror reflection, the brutal murder of her stepfather at the hands of her brother, Willie. Years later, Lacey has settled into a comfortable married life with a child of her own, while Willie has been rendered mute as a result of his childhood trauma and is taken to removing or blacking out the mirrors in the family home. When the very mirror through which Lacey and Willie viewed the murder is accidentally shattered, a dark and vengeful curse is unleashed in the family, and soon anyone unlucky enough to come into contact with shards of the mirror falls victims to heinous murder. It's a 2-disc set, so we've got the 4K, the Blu-ray, again restored in 4K from its 35mm camera negative, bunch of extras as well. We've got a brand new interview with Susanna Love, which is 39 minutes, which could be pretty terrific in of itself. The Bogeyman is good. I like it. It's not a great film, but yeah, again, it's part of the subscription, so I will be getting it. The most kind of oddball, weird one I would say is Villages of the Damned, 3 horrors from Spain. Now I say I am a little bit unsure about this because I don't know if I'm getting Cardona or Taboda. The Cardona set was still haunts my nightmares. The Taboda set was far better, so I'm hoping this one will be good. So we've got 3 films here: The Forest of the Wolf, The Sky is Falling, and Beatrice. It's on 2 discs. There is a trailer available to watch on here or on the YouTube website, and it looks interesting. I'm still going to hold off my judgment in this one until I have it in my hands and can decide for myself. Now, we do get essays by Erica Schultz and Alexandra Heller-Nicholas, whom I do particularly like their writing and critiques, so I'm interested in that as well, but cautiously. A new one that's just been announced is Peter Zilkin's Apocalypse Tetralogy. This is for the Vinegar Syndrome Labs, and I'm a little bit unsure about this one, simply because I know Radiance have announced that they're releasing a trilogy of this filmmaker's films that's coming soon, and I don't know if there's going to be overlap between these or not. They look kind of weird, Polish films. I like the look of them, and I love the idea of the stories, which I won't go through every disc here because it's up there that you can check on them. So it comes with a 40-page book, 2 Blu-rays, 4 films in this one. We've got Gollum, The War of the Worlds Next Century, Obi Oba, The End of Civilization, and Gaga, Glory to the Heroes. I don't know too much about them, but if you check out the trailer, you'll see some wonderful imagery. It just looks weird and twisted. The only thing I'm a bit unsure about is whether this is going to overlap with the Radiance set, which I hope not, but I think it could be a possibility. There is 2 VSAs that's just been announced as well. One, which, to be honest, and I know it's a crazy reason, I'm buying simply because of the title, Ninja in the Claws of the CIA. That's a wonderful title. I did check out the trailer, and to be honest, it looks ridiculous, but fun, and I'm happy with that. So, John Liu is a world-renowned martial arts expert who's recruited by the CIA after his twin brother is injured. John's mission is to turn a ragtag bunch of soldiers into fierce fighters by teaching him the ways of martial arts. Unhappy by John's presence, a rogue military officer uses his emotionally unstable soldier named Wong to challenge John's physical abilities. Unbeknownst to John, the CIA is conducting secret experiments on the soldiers using hypnosis as a form of mind control. Yeah, I'm just going to stop there because it just gets wilder and crazier. It sounds like it's a kitchen sink movie. Everything, including the kitchen sink, has been thrown into it. It looks incredibly fun. There you go. You get an idea of the sort of martial arts training that's going on there. Check out the trailer. I think it will probably sell the movie to you. It did to me, even though the title did it itself. And one that sends a shiver down my spine, and not in the good way, is Boggy Creek 2: The Legend Continues. I don't know a particular lot about this, and checking out the trailer, it just looks awful. Gives me Shriek of the Mutilated vibes, which still has me scarred as well. I don't know what the hell is going on here. I don't know if I'm particularly interested in it. You know, zoology professor Brian Lockhart has long been fascinated by the legend of Bigfoot. Having heard tales of the mythic furry creature wreaking havoc in the swamps of Louisiana, Dr. Lockhart sets out to investigate these strange occurrences for himself. Aided by a ragtag team, including assistant Leslie Ann Walker and local kid Tim, hitting the road in their camper, the group encounter person after person who relay their strange and often frightening encounters with the beast, though the creature itself remains elusive. So, yeah, I'm not particularly sold on this one. I would love to know opinions on this. I may pick it up. I probably will pick it up because it is a VSA title. So let me know in the comment box below whether you know anything about this, whether you can rave about it or not. It's VSA. I'm probably going to get it, but I won't be happy about that. The life of a completionist. What can I say? So when you look down at some of the extra stuff, we've got additional covers for Hell Comes to Frogtown, which I don't think I like. Battle for the Lost Planet and Mutant War, which is a title I don't have yet, but I prefer the Mutant War cover. We've got Buddies and Fanny Hill. These are new slip covers. I did look at this, but it's just a little bit too pricey. It's a cool thing to sit on the desk, but you know, look at the cost of that. Yeah, limit to one per customer as well. I don't know. I don't. You know, it's one of those fun little things. You go, that's cool, but what would you actually do with it? Sit it in a desk, throw it in a drawer, forget about it? I don't know. Leading into the Apocalypse artwork, we've got some posters from that. We've got various T-shirts as well. I just kind of like the simple ones, you know, the film strips. And we've got some new badges and stickers as well. That's kind of what's announced is coming out soon for Vinegar Syndrome. As for the sale, they've got a lot of limited editions that's still in stock. And if you go by, let's see, the old to new, have a look at some of the better value ones that we've got going on here at decent prices. There was a couple I did want to touch on. Forgotten Gialli Volume 3 is one of the best sets in the Forgotten Gialli. I think it might be my favourite, actually. And the fact that it's still hanging about is absolutely atrocious. Autopsy or Sunspots is worth it for the price alone. Murder Mansion, I loved, and Crazy Desires of a Murderer were terrific as well. If you haven't dipped into these sets, this is my favourite of the ones that's been released so far. So I thoroughly recommend picking that up. Six String Samurai is still available. I like that. I know a lot of people didn't. The televised terror set was particularly terrific. Tough Guys Don't Dance is a ridiculous movie that shouldn't exist, and for that alone deserves to be in the collection. We've got the 4K version of Flesh for Frankenstein, which I can't believe still hanging around as well. This is one that people seem to overlook quite a bit. Nothing Underneath and Too Beautiful to Die. Giallo movies that are wonderful, loosely connected, kind of sequel. There's still over 1,000 left of these, which is just baffling because they are great films and worth picking up. It's one of my favourite releases from the year it came out, from Vinegar Syndrome. Ticks at the price point it's at is crazy because it's such a good movie. The package is incredible with the extras. The film is terrific and just looks amazing. It's such a fun monster movie. Now, The Grave is back in stock. It's dipping fast now. I don't know where they've dug these up from. But you need to get this. It's one of my favourite VSAs, number 1 or number 2 in my list. You need to get it. It's fantastic. And once it's gone, it is gone forever. Okay. Let's see what else we have here. There we have it. Miami Connection, 475 left in stock. This is a phenomenal set with a great package. You get Miami Connection, you get Escape from Miami, you get a bunch of special features, and you get an absolutely kick-ass film that is tremendous fun. I love this. This is one of those ones that I bought, sat on my shelf for 6 months, and when I finally watched it, I could have kicked myself for waiting so long. Terrific film. Let's see, what else do we have here that I could thoroughly recommend? The Amityville Horror 4K is a great edition of that film. I think most people have seen it, but that's the lowest price it's been so far, and thoroughly recommend at that price. Don't Open Till Christmas was a great slasher. We've got the Roadhouse VSU, which is one of the best 4Ks I have ever seen and one of the best movies that Vinegar Syndrome have ever released. Terrific. And then we've got some newer releases like Burning Paradise, which is down already, which is crazy. Freeway, which I utterly adored, was my favourite Vinegar Syndrome release from last year. That's at a new low price. It needs to be picked up. Yeah, that's just a quick look at some of the things I would recommend. Miami Connection would probably be the strongest recommendation if you haven't picked that up already. So there we go, just a quick look through the website. I suggest going on, even looking at things that are not like limited ones that are left. There's some great deals to be had. I'm probably going to just pick up a couple of titles this time around. I will pick up the 2 VSAs and probably the VSL. So the Apocalypse Tetrology, Ninja in the Claws of the CIA, and very possibly Boggy Creek 2. I don't know why, but I probably will, in addition to all the ones that I'm getting already. But I'd love to know, what did you think of the sale? What did you pick up? Let me know the amount of money you spent, the amount of things that you got. I'll be envious, but I'll be happy for you picking up lots of cool stuff. So let me know in the comment box your thoughts on these announcements and what you're picking up, and whether you think that Zilkin's box is going to overlap with the Radiance one. I'd be really curious about that, because if it is, which version do we get? I know the Radiance version has 3 films, this has 4, so there's something to think about there. As always, there's more content up here. You can see more of my stuff. In the description box are links to the Patreon, membership program, manvfilm.com, always in which you can support. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.